Okay, we're going to start on number 6. We have the square root of 225 x to the 4th y to the 10th. So you should have your blue sheet in front of you still. This will help you with some of these bigger numbers that we're not used to seeing. So we know that the square root of 225 is 15. And then we want to look at the x to the 4th and y to the 10th. And remember our rule, we want to look at the power and divide it by the index. And we know that 4 divided by 2 is 2. And again, this is our exponent. And this is our index over here. And so this 2 is our new power. So we know that we can pull out this x squared. Now our y's, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to take the 10, and we're going to divide it by our index, which is 2. And we know that 10 divided by 2 is 5. So this would be y to the 5th. Notice that this is an even index, and we can't have any negative numbers inside of a square root with an even index. So we have to put absolute values around the y to the 5th, since this is an odd power with an even index. So this would be your final answer. The important rule to remember with these is just taking the exponent and dividing it by the index, and that gives you your new power. And if you need to write this down to help yourself, feel free to do so. So now number 7, similar thing, except we have a cube root here. This is a little difficult to see, but it's a cube root. We have negative 27x to the 6. If you look at your sheet, we know that the cube root of 27 is 3, and since there's a negative, it's actually negative 3. Same rule, we're going to take our power, divide it by our index. 6 divided by 3 is 2. And that's all we have to do for that one. This is your final answer. Number 8, 4th root, 16x to the 6th, y to the 7th. If you look at your sheet, we know that the 4th root of 16 is 2. So now let's look at our x to the 6th. Our power is 6, and our index is 4. Notice that 4 doesn't divide into 6 evenly. So we think to ourselves, how many times does 4 go into 6 without going over? And we know it goes in 1 time. And there's a remainder of 2 left over. So with that, we can pull out 1x. We have our 4th root here. And that remainder 2 stays inside. So our x squared stays inside. Same with our y to the 7th. We take our 7 and divide it by 4. 4 goes into 7 1 time, and we have a remainder of 3 this time. So that 1 time that it goes in, we can pull out, and then our remainder of 3 has to stay inside. Remember, we have an even index here, and so nothing negative can be underneath the radical. That means anything with an odd power has to have absolute value signs. And since x and y are to the first power, we have to put absolute value signs around those. This is your final answer right here. All right, number 9. 54 isn't a perfect cube, so we have to factor that out some. So we know that 27 multiplied by 2 gives us 54. And we know that 27 is a perfect cube. 3 times 3 times 3 is 27. So with that, we know that we can pull out a 3. And that 2 isn't in a group of 3, so it has to stay inside. So look at our a's here. This is to the 2nd power. So we want to think 2 divided by 3. Does 3 go into 2? No, it doesn't. So since it doesn't, we can't do anything with a's. They have to stay inside. So now we're going to look at the b's. 9 divided by 3 is 3 with no remainder. So we can factor out that b cubed. And there's no remainder, so nothing stays underneath the radical, and this would be the final answer right here. No absolute values here because our index is odd, so we don't need to worry about that. Next one, we have 98. We know that that isn't a perfect square, so we need to factor that. We know 98 can factor 49 and 2. If you have other factors, it should still work. And 49 is 7 and 7, and there's our pair. So we have a square root, our 7 comes out, and our 2 stays in. So let's look at our s's. Our power is 6, and our index is 2. 6 divided by 2 is 3, so we can factor out an s cubed. And there's no remainder, so nothing stays inside. Same with our t. We have to the 12th power, so we're going to take 12 and we're going to divide that by 2. And we get 6 this time with no remainder. So we're able to take t to the 6 out. And there's nothing inside the square root of 2 is by itself. But remember, we have an even index here, so we have to look at absolute values. We only do that when the power is odd. So since s cubed is the one with the odd power, that's the one that gets absolute values. A little crowded here, but this is your final answer. Number 11, we have the cube root this time. 250 isn't a perfect cube, so we need to break this down more into 125 and 2. And we know that 125 breaks down into 5, 5, and 5. And you can see that in your blue sheet. So there's a group of 3. So since this is a cube root, that 5 is going to come out, and the 2 has to stay inside. So let's look at our z's. It's to the 7th power, so we'll take 7. We're going to divide it by 3. 3 goes into 7 twice with a remainder of 1. So 2 z's are going to come out. And then 1 z, that remainder, stays inside. No absolute values here because our index is odd. This is our final answer. Number 12, we have negative 96 underneath theoretical for a constant. That isn't a perfect, looks like we have the 5th root here. So we are going to have to break this one down too. So we know that 96 can break up into negative 32 and 3. I just put a negative in front of the 32 because it's negative 96. If you look at your sheet, you know that the 5th root of 32 is 5. I'm sorry, 2. 2 to the 5th power is 32. So there's our group of 5. Because remember, we have a 5th root here. It's a little difficult to see. So we are going to factor out that negative 2. I'm just pulling that out front. The 3 has to stay inside. This is a 5th root. That 3 doesn't have a group of 5, so it has to stay inside. The same rule as before, we have 8 to the 7th here. So we're going to take 7, we're going to divide it by 5. It goes in 1 time, remainder of 2. So that means 1a is going to come out and 2 a's are going to stay in. Let's look at our b's. We're going to take 8 and we're going to divide it by 5. 5 goes in 8 1 time, remainder of 3. So 1b is going to come out, and then 3 will stay in. And since there is the index is odd here, we don't need to worry about absolute values. So this is your final answer.